María José Catalá, alcaldesa de Valencia, Mayor of Valencia, representatives from the European Commission, representatives from the EDIC. Amigos, amigas, vamos a celebrar el acto correspondiente a la primera Asamblea General del EDIC sobre gemelos digitales y CitiVERSE. En primer lugar, tiene la palabra la alcaldesa de Valencia.
Muy buen día, muy buenos días. Good morning, everyone. Representante de la Comisión Europea, Helen Koopman, concejala de Innovación, Tecnología, Agenda Digital e Inversiones, representante de los Estados miembros del Consorcio Europeo de Infraestructuras Digitales, miembros de la Red Española de Ciudades Inteligentes y de Red.es, autoridades, señoras y señores, secretario autonómico, vicepresidente de la Mesa de las Cortes Valencianas. Muy buenos días. Bueno, en primer lugar, quisiera darles a todos la bienvenida a la ciudad de Valencia, una ciudad que tiene un fuerte compromiso con Europa, con una clara visión innovadora y una firme vocación de liderazgo. Esas son las tres razones, básicamente, que explican lo que nos reúne aquí, ¿no? Y es que en el corazón de esa Valencia europea, innovadora y con vocación de líder, hay un convencimiento claro de que solo a través de Europa conseguiremos retos de futuro en las grandes ciudades y que tenemos que estar alineados todos en la misma estrategia, ¿no? Y hoy estamos aquí 14 países, 70 expertos en torno a un proyecto que va a marcar un antes y un después en lo que significa la estrategia tecnológica de Europa. Si me lo permitís, habría una cuarta razón, ¿no?, que condensa las tres anteriores, que es la confianza de la Comisión Europea. Y yo quiero agradecer expresamente esa confianza de la Comisión Europea, querida Helen, esa confianza y también esa sensibilidad que habéis tenido hacia nuestra ciudad en un momento especialmente difícil para los valencianos tras los efectos de la dana del pasado 29 de octubre. Sé que ha supuesto un esfuerzo muy importante para todos aplazar este acto, que hoy estemos aquí, y quiero decirles que agradecemos tremendamente su generosidad y ese aplazamiento. Y me gustaría que el mensaje que se llevarán hoy desde aquí sea de una ciudad fuerte, una ciudad que está en pie, con energía, comprometida, sobre todo con las soluciones inteligentes y sostenibles al servicio de ciudades más humanas y más seguras. Celebramos la primera Asamblea General de EDIC, Gemelos Digitales y CitiVERSE, que representa la puesta en marcha del primer Consorcio Europeo de Infraestructuras Digitales. Para nuestra ciudad, desde luego, es un orgullo ser sede y disfrutar de liderar este proyecto pionero. EDIC, Gemelos Digitales y CitiVERSE, es la materialización de ideas que hasta hace no demasiado tiempo parecía ciencia ficción, que es la creación de réplicas de nuestras ciudades en entornos virtuales que nos permitan probar políticas públicas y adelantarnos a soluciones que pueden generar un impacto positivo sobre nuestros vecinos. Como saben, Valencia en este momento y su área metropolitana está en un proceso de recuperación que vamos a vehicular a través de una estrategia que conjuga seguridad, sostenibilidad y crecimiento económico. Esos son los tres pilares sobre los que estamos anclando este proceso de recuperación. Y en este marco, esta infraestructura digital es una oportunidad tremenda para nosotros en este momento. Nos puede permitir simular, por ejemplo, el impacto de fenómenos meteorológicos en nuestro gemelo digital. Nos puede permitir identificar áreas de mayor vulnerabilidad en el gemelo digital. Nos puede permitir probar respuestas, de forma que podamos anticiparnos a esas respuestas y ver qué impacto han generado. Nos puede permitir diseñar infraestructuras eficaces y probarlas en momentos de vulnerabilidad. Es decir, esto es una oportunidad infinita en un proceso de recuperación. Es decir, tener un gemelo digital sobre el que realizar una simulación de reconstrucción o de impacto o de vulnerabilidad o probar futuros fenómenos meteorológicos es una oportunidad inmensa que tenemos, ¿no? Y lo cierto es que estamos aquí muy orgullosos. Nadie nos iba a decir, cuando Paula me dijo que Valencia era sede de 2 de los 10 consorcios de infraestructuras digitales, que éramos la única ciudad española que iba a albergar esos dos consorcios, esas dos infraestructuras digitales. Me sentí tremendamente orgullosa, pero nunca pensé que iba a ser tan tremendamente útil para nosotros en un proceso post-DANA, ¿no? Que iba a significar ese punto de inflexión que nos puede ayudar tanto. Así que estoy muy, muy orgullosa de poder trabajar, de poder, desde luego, hacerlo de la mano de la tecnología, de la innovación, de la digitalización. Y lo cierto es que ayer mismo presentaba Paula al sector la ordenanza de Sandbox. Es la más avanzada del continente y el próximo año será realidad. Estamos trabajando con todo el sector a través de innovación también en materia legislativa y desarrollando oportunidades para todo el sector de las startups. Hemos movilizado este último año 16 millones de euros de inversiones en el ecosistema innovador. Eso supone que por cada euro de dinero público hemos generado un impacto de 3,6 euros de capital privado. Esa regla 1,3 es una regla que nos gusta, tenemos bastante interiorizada y pensamos que puede funcionar y es un compromiso también de la Administración pública, ¿no? Por tanto, estamos trabajando desde aquí, desde este lugar tan maravilloso, pero también desde una convicción muy clara, con un equipo muy preparado, en que Valencia aproveche todo su capital, un capital humano que desde luego tenemos y que ya teníamos, pero que teníamos que ponernos todos alineados a trabajar y creo que en eso estamos, ¿no? Así que, desde luego, quiero agradecerles a todos su presencia. También aprovechar para saludar, como no, a Luis Martí Bonmatí, que es una persona que lidera el otro proyecto que tenemos aquí en La Harinera, la otra infraestructura, el consorcio digital emblema del Plan Europeo de Lucha contra el Cáncer, el segundo que albergamos, o el primero o el segundo, no sé, en función de cómo lo queramos ver. Están los dos consorcios aquí. Y agradecer también el esfuerzo en esta infraestructura y la apuesta clarísima de la Administración pública por ella, ¿no? Terminar agradeciendo de nuevo a la Comisión Europea y a los socios internacionales la confianza en Valencia y, desde luego, a todos los técnicos municipales que estáis aquí, un poco la apuesta tan clara por estos proyectos. Es una responsabilidad, pero a nosotros no nos asustan los retos. Esta Administración... Algo ha pasado por aquí. Alguien ha aparecido. No nos asusta ningún reto, estamos totalmente convencidos del potencial de esta ciudad y la verdad es que, bueno, acabo como siempre acabo cuando hay personas que nos visitáis que no sois de Valencia. Trabajad mucho, os deseo un trabajo provechoso, pero permitiros un ratito para conocer esta maravillosa ciudad y su gastronomía que de verdad que tiene mucho que ofreceros. Muchísimas gracias.
Thank you. Before the next intervention, let me summarize briefly what our mayor has said. First, as expressed her gratitude to the Commission for letting us to postpone this event, because as you may know, we were going to celebrate this event on the 4th of November, but due to the terrible floods that we suffered on the 29th of October, we need this, having this postponed. Then she has focused on the reconstruction process that we are carrying out, and she considers the digital twins as very powerful tools that could give us support for this resilience process. Apart from that, has insisted on expressing her gratitude to the Commission for trusting on the City of Valencia for leading this consortium, and she's very proud of having 2 of the 10 EDICs that are up to now working in Europe here in the City of Valencia. So with 2 out of 10 are in Spain, and 2 out of 10 are in Valencia. So the other is for Image for Cancer, that is led by Dr. Luis Martí Bonmatí. Unfortunately, he hasn't been able to come. And she has recommended for those who are coming from abroad to have time for enjoying the city, because it's a very lively city, as you may know. Some of you arrived yesterday and are staying longer, so take advantage of this. And that's all from my side as a summary. And now the floor is for Helen Chapman, is the Deputy Head of Unit Unit A5 in DG Connect, Artificial Intelligence for Societal Good. So, Helen, the floor is yours.
Hello everyone, and I'm so happy to be here today to celebrate the first General Assembly of the local digital towards the CitiVERSE EDIC, the European Digital Infrastructure Consortium. And we're so grateful to Valencia and the mayor to allow us to occupy this fantastic space. It's great to see these buildings being renewed and allowing innovation ventures to flourish. So we're very happy to be here today. This EDIC, as they are called, is to concretely drive towards achieving targets for the digital decade of the European Commission until 2030. And it's supporting the establishment of these so-called EDICs to really, as multi-country projects, very importantly, around common objectives of these countries in key technology areas. And here, this particular EDIC is to pool critical resources. It's to create knowledge also between the participating members around these common objectives, and not the least, economies of scale, very importantly, because every city has their own work in this area, and by putting these resources together and work towards common objectives, you really can create economies of scale. And not the least, to create these marketplaces as well for industry in Europe, European industry, small and big, to flourish around these EDICs. So you could bring these innovative players into this marketplace, delivering services for the cities, very, very importantly. So the CitiVERSE EDIC, so we call it CitiVERSE EDIC for short, is one of the very first EDICs to take off. We're proud of that. And it will offer then artificial intelligence-based services and capabilities and tools to the participating members, so that these members and cities can efficiently address their own key challenges. And that could be congestions, it could be air pollution, it could be water management or energy grid optimizations, things like that. It also can develop focus projects, for example, to address extreme climate changes and avoid the impacts that we saw last month here in Valencia. It would even enable planning of the reconstruction of infrastructures and building impacted by these sort of events. So with the EDIC, we will be able to develop the cities, part of the EDIC will be able to develop their own local digital twins and use the common data sets that we will bring into the venture. And that could be data sets for buildings, for example, that we can then put in as a common pool for everyone. On top of these data sets, we can bring AI algorithms and simulation tools for prediction and integrate immersive tech for the active user engagement. So that's the CitiVERSE part of the EDIC. But the Commission also have the ambition that this EDIC will be an open community for developing reusable building blocks and algorithms for digital twins, tailored to the needs of cities together and the urban planners that drive these events and changes in the city. It should also promote standardization of components, so then you get your reusability and specifications around this. A very dynamic and competitive ecosystem is what we wish this EDIC to be. And there, the European technology suppliers were giving cities alternatives for the potential vendor lock-ins that we see today. And the CitiVERSE EDIC will have the unique feature of one of the few, in fact, of these first cohort of EDICs, to have both users and the customers together with the suppliers in the same consortium. This will make it much easier to match supply and demand of technology and services, and the EDIC will be the basis to create a really innovative and strong European ecosystem around these digital twins for cities of all different maturity levels, because we have something like 60,000 cities in Europe, and they all have very different levels of maturity. This will really help to drive the application of AI-based services in the public sector, which is also one of the priorities of the new Commission. There will be, in the first 100 days of the new Commission, a new Apply AI strategy. And one of the sectors where we really want to drive AI innovation is the public sector. And this is clearly a vehicle, the EDIC here, to enable that. So with that, I really wish to congratulate the 14 member states that are already on board in the EDIC, and I know there's a lot of cities already expressing interest to become members, and we really look forward to have a large number of cities joining the EDIC in the near future. I wish everyone, including the Commission, a good success with the projects that we really want to take up. Thank you.
Thank you, Helen, for your support from your unit. And now I would like to give the floor to Cristina Boetti. Cristina is the Counselor for Metaverse and Smart Cities at ITU, is the Agency for Telecommunications at United Nations. So we in Valencia are participating in some initiatives, including the brand new, the recently created for virtual worlds. Paula Llobet, our Counselor, is Vice Chair of the whole initiative. And Cristina, the previous time was confirmed her attendance, but unfortunately today is not able to come here. But she wanted to be with us, and she has sent us a video. So please, if you can play the video. Explain the development of the Act that we are going to carry out today. After this talk from Cristina, we will start the celebration of the first General Assembly, so the official event, in which we will carry out some administrative process to make it more formal, in which we will accept the new members that sign the documents right after the creation, the approval from the European Commission. And then we will vote for the chair. Only one candidacy has been presented, and I am the candidate, so I hope that I will be selected. If not, we can postpone the act. Well, we have presented our candidacy, the Municipality of Valencia and me as chair, and the Municipality of Barcelona with Jordi Ortuño as deputy chair. And as some of the members haven't been able to attend physically, they are connected online, but they have sent their votes in advance. So we have 7 votes in advance and 7 that will be carried out today physically. After this election or voting process, the new chair will devote you some words to you. And then the first part of the act will be over. Then all of you but the representatives of the EDIC could stay here, and then we will carry out the second part of the Act, in which 6 very interesting projects will be presented that are related to the digital twins paradigm and CitiVERSE. The rest of the members of the member states that are representing the EDIC, will meet in another room for the private part of the General Assembly, in which we will discuss about practicalities such as the contributions for smaller cities, or, for example, the process of selection of the director of the EDIC. So more internal things that are not convenient for having in this format. So I think that the problem is fixed, so you can play the video, please.
Good morning, Mayor of Valencia, Ms. Maria José Catalán, representatives of the European Union, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is a privilege to join you virtually today and to celebrate Valencia's remarkable leadership in embracing innovation and forward-thinking urban development. Valencia has long been a beacon of progress, and today's event marks yet another milestone in its inspiring journey. The launch of EDIC represents a significant advancement in shaping the future of our cities. By fostering the development of local digital twins and the CitiVERSE, EDIC is equipping us with transformative tools that will redefine how we understand, manage, and experience urban spaces. These innovations are critical to build cities that are smarter, more inclusive, sustainable, and resilient, meeting the challenges of today while preparing for the opportunities of tomorrow. This vision aligns seamlessly with the UN initiative on virtual worlds discovering the CitiVERSE, launched by ITU, UNICC, and Digital Dubai earlier this year. This initiative is not merely a technological milestone, it represents a commitment to global collaboration. Together, we are pioneering virtual spaces that complement and enhance our urban realities, driving innovation and fostering connectivity to address the complexity of the 21st century. I would like to take a moment to commend Councillor Paola Llobet for her instrumental role as Vice Chair of the Executive Committee for the CitiVERSE initiative. Her vision, leadership, dedication exemplify the essence of this collaborative effort. Allow me also to congratulate Ernesto Fobel on his upcoming appointment as Chair of EDIC. Ernesto's expertise in leading the emerging technologies pillar of the CitiVERSE initiative ensures a seamless integration of efforts, fostering synergies that will enable us to achieve even greater results together. As we stand at the cusp of this exciting new era, let us embrace the opportunities before us with determination and unity. By working together, locally, regionally, and globally, we can harness technology to serve humanity, creating cities that are not only smart, but also equitable, sustainable, and thriving for generations to come. Thank you, and we look forward to collaborating with all of you on this remarkable journey.
Bueno, Cristina es consejera de Smart City Metaverso en ITU, que es la agencia de telecomunicaciones de Naciones Unidas, en las cuales pues, la ciudad de Valencia, lo cierto es que ha estado muy implicada. Tenemos a Paula como vicepresidenta del Comité Ejecutivo de Virtual Worlds, que es la iniciativa que han puesto en marcha recientemente para temas de metaverso. Y en temas de plataforma también estamos coliderando uno de los grupos de trabajo. Hemos realizado distintos deliberables y, bueno, pues Cristina ha expresado en su Parlamento ese compromiso que ha detectado en la Ciudad de Valencia y bueno, esa colaboración que espera que haya con esta nueva iniciativa que ponemos hoy en marcha. Bien, con esto finalizamos la primera parte vamos a decir, más protocolaria y now we are going to start with the official, let me say, official part of the event, in which we are going to establish the legal entity of the EDIC, the European Digital Infrastructure Consortium for Local Digital Twins towards the CitiVERSE. So, initially, I'm going to read the first paragraph in which, well, today in Valencia, in the multipurpose room of the municipal building of La Harinera, located at Juan Verdaguer Street, number 32, Valencia, at 11:30 of the 12th of December 2024, the representatives of the members of LDT CitiVERSE EDIC, listed below, or I'm going to name one by one, convene as a result of the establishment of said consortium by implementing decision of the Commission dated at 1st of February this year, published on the official journal of the European Union on the 7th of February, and the purpose of this session is to officially constitute the Assembly of Members and to proceed, among other matters with the election of the Chair and Deputy Chair. So, let me act as secretary of this event. As, up to now, I have been acting as chair of the working group of the EDIC. Now we can erase working group and we will be of the EDIC. And first, let's identify the different members that are part of this consortium. Initially, I would like to let you know that in the notification to the Multi-Country Project Accelerator, that is the body in the European Commission that deals with these matters, we were eight member states, and after the approval, we have had 6 more. So now we are 14. The last of them was Ireland, that signed the documents last week. So they haven't been able to sort things out in order to be here. But we have some of the members connected online, and I'm going to name one by one those who are here and those who are supposed to be online. So physically, we have here from the Czech Republic, Hanna Sebestova. From Latvia, we have Inga Barisa, that is from the Riga City Council. Hanna is representing the Pilsen City Council, the city of Pilsen. Then we have from Slovenia, Sasha Kek, that is representing the Ministry of Digital Transformation. From Spain, the representative is the Councillor Paula Llobet from the Valencia City Council. From Belgium, we have Martin Delannoy, who is representing Digital Flandern. From Italy, we have Francesco Baldoni, representing the Ministry of Infrastructures and Transport, the General Directorate for Digitalization. From the Netherlands, we have Koos Boersma, representing Geonovum Foundation. And the rest are online. So let's check if they are connected online. So we have representing Luxembourg, we have Daniele Pagani, that is from LIST, the Luxembourg Institute for Science and Technology. We have from Ireland, Marguerite Ryan and Mihai Bilaucha, representing the Department of Housing from the Local Government and Heritage. We have Ivan Penava from Croatia, the Ministry of Justice, Administration and Digital Transformation. I don't know if there are more. Could you? Yeah, Juraj Hostach is representing Slovakia from the Ministry of Investment, Regional Development and Informatization of the Slovak Republic. And these that are online have sent, as I have told you before, the votes for choosing the chair. And we expected to have Pedro Sarmento from Portugal, representing the Administrative Modernization Agency. I think that with this, we have the quorum for the event. Unfortunately, the representative from France, who was coming to Valencia with the flights, yesterday had an inconvenience, a health inconvenience, and she unfortunately is in the hospital. We wish her and her husband a quick recovery. And she has told me that she was going to connect online, but having his husband a surgery at this hour, so I find it difficult. Anyway, she has expressed her will to be here, and we wish her a recovery. So, with that, having this checked, we have the quorum for having the assembly constituted. And as we have more than 60% of the members, whether physically or online. Then I would like to explain something about the statutes, because each member state, when we accepted our participation in the EDIC, we sent the documents to the Commission, signed the statutes, but we wanted now to have all of them in the same document. And now we have proceeded with the signature of these documents. Some of the signatures have been carried out physically, and others will be carried out physically here. So we are going to combine. At the end, all the signatures will be obviously digital, but we will carry out this process. So first, we have had a discussion about the approval for the acceptance of these new members that presented the documents after the notification, and obviously we have accepted them. So today we are 14 members of the EDIC approved. So just to inform you that we are going to have this, this kind of hybrid format for the statutes, and we will carry out right after right before the election, because the statutes are coming now. So for the signature, I will ask the representatives from the countries that are here. The others have signed digitally to sign the document. So first, let me start with the representative from Spain, Paula, if you. Thank you. So from the Czech Republic, Hannah, please. From Latvia, Inga, please, representing Riga City Council. Thank you. Thank you. From Slovenia, Sasha Kek, please. Here, please. From Belgium, Martin Delanois, please. Thank you. From Italy, Francesco Baldoni, please. Thank you. And from the Netherlands, Koos, please. Here? Hey. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you. So with this, we will carry out all the legal procedures in order to have these statutes inscribed at the registry here in Spain, because the edicts should be created according to the local law in each country in which they have their seats. So in Spain, we should carry out and inscribe in the registry as a foreign entity with seat in Spain. We need the minutes of today's meeting and the approval from the Commission so as to have the entity created, and then we will be able to start operating. So at this moment, we don't have a PIC number, an ID, neither a bank account, but since then, we will be able to operate and carry out the normal operation that we will need for the EDIC. So then let's move to the next point, that is the election of the chair. I don't know if I need to carry out a campaign, but if not, let's proceed with the vote. With the votes, we will ask you again. Sorry for asking you again for coming up to the stage. We have the. Tenemos la urna y todo para votar. We have received 7 votes in advance. Thank you, Javier. So, in order to make it more official, Javier, could you help me? Because if I'm the candidate and I put the envelope inside, I don't know if it's serious. A black hand here, but no, everything is under control. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Thank you. So we're going to ask the representatives to come here to the stage and choose the vote. I will not see what you vote, so be calm about this. Now we start with Paula, again, representing Spain. Please vote me. Thank you. From the Czech Republic, Hanna Savastova, please. Now the representative from Latvia, Inga Barisa, please. And 12 points goes. Thank you. Thank you. So from Slovenia, Sasha, please. Thank you. From Belgium, Martin, please. ¿Tenemos la llave de la urna o...? Si no, tenemos un problema. Thank you. From Italy, Francesco, please. Thank you. And Koos, please, from the Netherlands. Please don't put more than one, because if not, we would have a problem. So, thank you. Now we have the 14 votes. May you open the...
It's not closed.
So it's not sealed, but it's okay. One yes. Thank you. Yes. No, and no, yes, yes. Sorry. Yes. 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 Now in the bottom are the one online. So
Okay, it's also yes.
yes. Yes. Yes. I would like to clarify that it's a joint candidature between me as chair and Jordi from the City of Barcelona as deputy chair. We have been working together since the very beginning. Yes. Only two left. Yes. And yes. Okay. Thank you. So, thank you all. 14 votes. I'm moved for having been selected, surprised for the election. Well, but first, let me devote some words to you. First, to express my gratitude to different organizations and persons. Obviously, first, our colleagues from the different representatives of the EDIC for trusting on me, in this case, and on Jordi, to carry out this amazing initiative. Obviously, thank you for the Commission, for the support from the beginning, because they have been working hand by hand, shoulder by shoulder with us during all this process. Let me devote some special words to a person. It's a team, I know, Martin and you leading the group, but I think that it wouldn't have been feasible with our colleague, the national expert, Javier Orozco, who has been pushing to achieve this goal. Because I remember 2 years ago in Brussels, walking around Brussels, and you talked me about the EDIC, and I didn't know what it was. So then it was the first time, and since then we have started this process of acknowledgement. And I want to explain you a bit of history in 2 minutes. But let me go on with the thanks, obviously, to our municipality for trusting on me for carrying out this process, because as you may know, each country has delegated on different bodies. In the case of the Kingdom of Spain, they have delegated the representation on the municipality of Valencia. And in the case of the municipality of Valencia, they have, in this case, appointed me as the potential chair. Well, obviously, I would like to thank to the people who are here, especially for those who have come from other cities and even countries, to be here with us. And not to mention my colleague Jordi, who has been working hard. You know that during all this process, so many meetings, so many hours that we have devoted, and I would like to give you the floor for if you want to share some words.
Thank you. Thank you, Ernesto. It's my pleasure to be here, a part of this relevant event. I'm Jordi from Barcelona, and I have been also working as a deputy chair of the working group for this period of time that today finished. And I have been working also as a representative for Barcelona, where we have been very committed from the beginning and believing in building this digital infrastructure that has been perfectly explained by the Commission. And related to the election, I would like to thank you, all the members, for trusting in me. First, thanks, Chair, for your confidence. And just in a few words to say that I will do my best to carry out and to move forward. And I accept this position with an honor for me. Thank you.
Thank you. And if I have a couple of minutes for explaining you the process for creation, because this EDIC is officially being kicked off today, but we have been working on that since early 2023. We were informed about the EDIC, and then we were suggested, both the municipality of Barcelona and Valencia, to contact the ministry, because for creating the EDIC, we need first the support of the central government, the expression of interest, let me say, and then the delegation on whatever. And then we convinced the representative from the central government to ask for being part of this. And then we started to work. Initially, the working group was led by a German guy who, before summer 2023, resigned of the position. Then I was a bit worried about that, because he moved to a better position in the European Commission as a national expert. And then, not yet, later, because I'm not Antonio, neither Patricia. Then we started to work, and as the position was vacant, I was suggested to apply. Surprisingly for me, it was accepted, the proposal. and with the commitment of bringing the seat to the city of Valencia. So in a way, it was jointly a package. So the chair and the seat. And then it was accepted, and we started to proceed with the definition of the statutes. We worked on 2023 for preparing the statutes that were sent to the Commission with the rest of the application, the notification from 8 member states in December. Then, as I have said before, the Commission officially approved in February, and we started to work in 2 different groups, one for infrastructure, another for projects. We want to carry out a kind of shared leadership because we know that it's not a Valencian project, neither a Spanish project, it's a European project. And for that, we need to engage the different member states. So we will have chairs for the different groups that will not be neither Jordi than me, even though up to now we have acted as this. But we will invite to those members that have been mainly engaged during this process of creation. Now, once we have 14 member states, I would like to inform you that we are working with more countries that have expressed the interest in being part of this EDIC. We are in conversation with 4 member states more that will need a different process of approval, but we are confident of having them in the months to come. And then we will be in the process of engaging cities, because this is the first EDIC in Europe that is devoted to cities. And for that, we need the participation of cities. We have compiled letters of interest from different cities from Spain. We have some representatives from Reci today that have expressed the interest of their cities, and it's a very good thing, and we need much more for the near future. Our expectations are to have by 100 cities in 1 year and a half. So it's an ambitious goal, but we will carry out all the efforts that will be necessary. And I would like to let you know now what could be the goals, what could the cities expect from the EDIC? It's a very important message, because if we ask for a fee, a contribution for being a member, we should offer something, because if not, it would be a nonsense. Because we have a lot of networks, and this is not a network, this is a consortium that will carry out some things related mainly to digital infrastructures. And for this, I would like to highlight the main digital infrastructure that we are going to maintain, to work with. That is the local digital twin toolbox. It's a project in which is a mega tender in Europe, and the winners of the part that belongs to the development of the toolbox that will allow cities and villages to carry out, to make it easier to develop the projects for smart cities and CitiVERSE is a consortium that is led by 2 Spanish companies. Now I would like to ask Antonio and Patricia. Now you can put their faces here. But only 2 minutes, because later, in the second part of the event, they will explain more in depth the purpose of the toolbox. Now, in a couple of minutes, if you could summarize what are you doing and what are you offering to the cities, we would be grateful.
Thank you very much for inviting us to explain this project. The toolbox is a technology set of tools to enable the cities to create the simulations that they need to improve the cities. Right now, every city with a smart city is monitoring information from different sensors and taking decisions on that, of that data. But the main important thing is that this is, we need to combine all this information, all those data, to create more complex scenarios to take decisions. And the toolbox is the tool that will enable us to do that. And also the interoperability is in the background of this project, because of the objective is to be more scalable and to use our capabilities and combine our efforts to create the services, the digital simulation services to improve the cities and to serve the citizens, that this is the objective of every mayor in Europe. So later we will explain a bit more how the toolbox is a structure and a sample, and thank you very much for this slot. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. As an example, one of the tools that they have been working with is a tool for contributing to the assessment of the reconstruction after a crisis that could be from a war, like as in Ukraine, but also from a natural disaster, as we have suffered recently in Valencia. So this example, or another for low emission areas related to the mobility sector, will be some of the tools that they are working with. So, but apart from that, we are going to offer more things. For example, apart from offering a space for collaboration, I have said that it's not a network, but we will have a very good compilation of knowledge, and even we will carry out some action related to capacity building, because we expect to have a kind of EDIC academy, so as to give support to the city to implement the projects. And needless to say that we hope that we will carry out some funding programs related to these topics. So we, in collaboration with the Commission, will work in the future so as to launch new funding programs for developing pilots related to these paradigms. And to finish with, I would like to highlight the necessity of working in synergy with other initiatives, Living in EU, for example, at European level, ITU at worldwide level, at national level here in Spain with RECI, Red.es, different networks at European level, OASC as a very strong network. New European Bauhaus is an initiative that we expect to carry out projects together in the future. And let me finish with three ideas that are, in a nutshell, the purpose of the EDIC. First is to create a solid ecosystem for smart cities and communities in Europe, trying to compete in a way with other regions, with other principles. But with this type of initiatives, with the Digital Decade program, Europe is defining a strategy in order to create a solid and powerful ecosystem. And to avoid repetitions, because we have the Commission has detected that some of the outcomes of different projects, at the end of the day, they are not used after the end of a project. And with this, we will try to go on with different initiatives to maintain some of the results that are provided by other projects. And economy of scale. So if we are more cities, more countries, launching tenders will be much more profitable for us. And with that, I finished. Thank you for your attention, and long life to this EDIC. Thank you. If you don't mind, if we could take a picture with the representatives of the member states, if you don't mind, Paula and the mayor, please, to take a picture. Muchas gracias. Muchas gracias. Of course, you can be behind because nobody is going to shadow you.
Yeah.
We don't know where to see because so many mobiles. Well, thank you. Muchas gracias por venir. Muchas gracias. Ahora os invitamos a permanecer para ver unos proyectos que están relacionados con esto. Va a presentar Esri, está también Cristina Jansang from the Metaverse Institute, who is going to present the initiative. And Arkea, there are 6 projects that we are going to present, and the members of the EDIC will move to another room. So please stay here now. I think that Gemma. Are you the first? The first one? Yeah. You can be here or... Estoy esperando para el relevo porque esta parte ya... Ángel, ¿puedes llamar a Gemma, por favor?
¿Tienes tú el acta y todo eso? ¿Los papeles los has cogido tú?
Sí.
Vale.
¿Te lo llevas tú?
Prefiero tenerlo yo.
Sí, sí, sí. Now, en 2 minutos retomamos. Now, we have to move to another room. Vamos a continuar con la segunda parte. Durante esta parte vamos a presentar una serie de proyectos relacionados con esto. Las presentaciones, algunas van a ser en inglés, otras pueden ser en español. Para ello, Gemma Roch, de las naves, compañía de las naves, va a ser la moderadora. Y solo deciros los proyectos que se van a presentar. En primer lugar, va a comenzar Cristina, que es la CEO del Instituto del Metaverso. Luego habrá una presentación de ESRI, de Arkea, sobre gemelo digital aplicado a planificación urbana. Luego un proyecto de metaverso de la Universidad Politécnica de Valencia, en el cual se captan como sensaciones. Es un proyecto muy, muy interesante. Hablaremos del Toolbox, nuestros compañeros de Nunsis y Libelium. Y finalizaremos con una presentación por parte de Cristina Buetti de la iniciativa de Virtual Worlds. Ahora, Gemma.
¿Hablo en inglés y por qué estás hablando en castellano?
La mayor parte de la audiencia es hispanoparlante, o sea que... Up to you.
Cristina, you're English talking. So, thank you, Ernesto. Good morning. My name is Gemma Roch. I'm a project officer here at Valencia Innovation Capital. Valencia Innovation Capital is the agency for innovation of the City Council of Valencia, and we are supporting the role of the municipality of Valencia in this EDIC. We are supporting all the things related to innovation in Valencia about digital twins. So that's because I'm here acting as a coordinator of the event. Firstly, we have about 7 presentations in just 1 hour. This is going to be very, very quick. So the speakers will go up, will go down very quickly. Later on, you can talk with them during the networking, during the lunch, if you have questions and so on. But right now, we are going to start. The first one, as Ernesto has already presented, is Cristina Jansan, is the CEO of the Metaverse Institute. Cristina is also co-chair at CitiVERSE Group of the International Telecommunications Union, and she's going to talk about Metaverse. Please, the floor is yours.
It's a little bit slow, as I have been told, but it's not really moving at all. You see, technology sometimes can be a little bit unreliable, and I guess that also applies to CitiVERSE sometimes. Sure. So, hi everyone, I'm Dr. Cristina Yan-Zhang, CEO of the Metaverse Institute, based in London, in the UK. And I also co-chair the United Nations International Telecommunication Union's task group on pre-standardization of the CitiVERSE. My co-chair is another Cristina Martinez, in case many of you are familiar with, working at the European Commission. So I'm really honored to be here today, because personally I'm a big fan of a lot of things, not only about Eurovision, but about lots of exciting things you guys are doing to create citizen-centered future smart city. So, okay, that's going properly. And many people will say the whole idea about metaverse is something fairly new, but actually, the reality is it has been in existence since 2003, when Linden Lab, a San Francisco-based company, created the world's first metaverse platform called Second Life. You might remember that. And at its peak time, it has more than 1 million active users, generating more than $500 million economic impact, so larger than some of the world's smallest states. And many of you are also very involved in blockchain. You might remember another concept many people will argue started in 2013 by the co-founder of Ethereum. But actually, as early as 2006, Linden Lab already created the world's first stable coin. It's called Linden Dollars. So it's linked directly with the US dollars. Anything we make within the virtual world can be converted into real-world digital copy. So that lady here in this beautiful red dress, you might remember, she is the first virtual millionaire, and she was able to doing virtual property development in the metaverse and made more than $1 million profit. That was in 2006, and she was nicknamed Rockefeller of Second
Life by CNN. So you can see history repeating itself in a very interesting way. Houston, I have a problem. And I started the journey in 2006 at the UK's Loughborough University, which media study has consistently ranked as #1 in the country. So my master's dissertation was looking at using Second Life to develop international strategies for universities worldwide. And then I continued my research looking at use digital twin, another buzzword, in the metaverse environment to stimulate and optimize for the construction industry, with a special focus looking on how to empower the end user, especially citizens, who are not traditionally very tech-savvy, to play an active role to co-create the built environments and cities in collaboration with a traditionally very top-down approach from the central government to the governments. It seems to be working very well. And that was nearly 20 years ago. Nowadays, the metaverse has increasingly become a convergence of a wide range of technologies coming together to form the next generation of 3D immersive internet. That's why I want to congratulate the European Commission again for your very visionary initiative on virtual world and Web 4.0, which I think is going to be world-leading. We have been very lucky to work with the municipal government of Tampere in Finland, where Nokia was founded 160 years ago, to develop the world's first people-centered metaverse strategy, looking at how to use a wide range of technology within the wider metaverse ecosystem to support the government's 5 priority areas, which is people happiness, because Finland has consistently been ranked as #1 in the world on how happy their people are. Also the 24 hours, like night and day sometimes also create a little bit depressed people sometimes. And the second area, sustainability, we all care about, diversity, and healthcare well-being as well as governance. As part of the exercise, we've been asked to do what we can be looking at, what kind of technology, the toolbox, we should be utilizing from now to about 2040 that will impact on those people's key areas. And you can see in the immediate short term, we're looking at like AI and autonomous vehicles in the short term, and in the medium term, we're looking at like nuclear fusion and things like lots of areas around digital twin, and in the longer term, we're looking at more personalized medicines, etc. So now this strategy has been included by the International Telecommunication Union as a reference point for governments worldwide. And also, we have been recognized by World Economic Forum as one of the 4 key players in the world to lead the next generation of development to support more than 700 cities worldwide who will be adopting a similar approach by 2030 to develop citizen-centered future smart city using metaverse-related technology. And also, we do lots of work across different UN agencies. For example, I led one of the working groups in ITU looking at how to address the sustainability, accessibility, and inclusion agenda within the wider digital space. And we also work with UNESCO looking at the future of jobs and skills, because everyone's worried about their jobs might be automated by the robots in the near future. And we work with UN Tourism looking at how to use many different frontier technologies to help cities to support more tourists if they haven't got enough, and maybe effectively manage over-tourism if they have a little bit too much. And also we work with WIPO, World Intellectual Property Organization, looking at the IP protection rights on anything which is within the wider digital environment, especially created by generative AI. And we work with International Civil Aviation Authority, which is another UN agency based in Montreal, Canada, looking at how to use metaverse to support the aviation industry. So as mentioned, I co-chair this task group at ITU, looking at how we can use AI, digital twin, metaverse, 5G, 6G, quantum computing, etc., to create citizen-centered future smart city. And after 18 months of very extensive consultation, negotiation between 194 UN member states, we have been very delighted to get the first UN roadmap on CitiVERSE approved in Geneva this year. And together with another 5 contributions, including the definition of metaverse for the UN and the definition of the CitiVERSE for the UN, etc. So as part of the exercise, I want to talk about this one, which I see a lot of you are very interested. Because a lot of people come to us and said, CitiVERSE is such an amazing, idea and concept. But it feels like when you're having a birthday celebration, your friends organize a massive party and give you a very beautiful, massive birthday cake and say, let's eat it. You don't know where to start. So we create this 8 different levels of the CitiVERSE to help governments, investors, private sectors, startups to figure out their entry point to start their journey of the CitiVERSE. And how we can do that in line with 17 different UN Sustainable Development Goals. And you can see at the very key center is biomolecule digital twin. So we use the simulation to actually do drug discoveries, do protein engineering, etc. to prevent our citizens even from getting ill, because more than 70% of healthcare budget worldwide is spending on treating people at terminal stage of cancer or long-term chronic disease like diabetes, etc. So that's a good starting point, and then we're looking at simulation on the citizen level. So that's a lot to do with health analytics, precision medicine, productivity improvements. And I know the European Commission again has been doing a wonderful job since December last year by initiating the virtual human twin, where we allocate 129 billion euros to basically looking at how to address, the whole idea of citizenry. And now, of course, the next level is the traditional building tree. A lot of you have been working on things like maintenance, operation, facility management, utilities, etc. And then, in line with the existing ITU standard, we are looking at simulation of different city components. So that can be digital twin for strategy, data, interoperability, right? And things like connectivity, accessibility, environment, energy, water, governance, agriculture, etc. And then above that, you can have a simulation of the whole city where everything is connected. I know at this moment, perhaps in Seoul and a few other cities, they are really advanced in that. And then once you have the city simulation, everything is connected within different components, you can have the whole country too. At this moment, Singapore is perhaps one of the few countries who actually had a proper digital twin on a country level. So that's progressing really well. And of course, we'll have different regions trying to develop their different digital twins. So the EU version of CitiVERSE will be very different from the African version of the CitiVERSE. Because in Africa, there's a lot of issues about connectivities and energy poverty. So they don't even have enough electricity to power some basic structure. So different regions will have different focus. And then at the top level, which is the largest level, which is the planet twin. So you simulate the whole planet, all the weather conditions, all the geospatial mappings, etc. And I know the European Commission has been spending several $100 million US to look at and create the world's first planet twin, which will help EU to achieve carbon neutrality by 2050. Basically making you the only continent to achieve that target as early. So I think the beauty is, when you have so many simulations at very different level, all the way from molecules, citizens to countries, and then to the whole planet, how do you actually create a whole coherent system? They are all part of the discussion of the CitiVERSE. Another thing which is really important is, how can we really address the issue about, environmental impact and the advancement of technology? We all know, especially at this moment, AI is consuming a huge amount of water worldwide, where we have major water scarcities. As predicted by UN, 2/3 of the global population will be suffering from water scarcity by 2050. So how can we address the issue? Actually, we develop a new type of public-private competition moving forward. So as part of the exercise we have been working on in the United Nations, we propose a new type of public-private partnership where we really prioritize the diverse needs of our citizens, whether it's aging society, whether it's women's equal rights, or it's accessibility of our special groups, or people from low-income countries and communities. We need to ensure technology
there, not to widen the existing global digital divide, but really empower our citizens to play a more active role to be happy and healthy. And also how we can do that in line with all the existing compliance of SDG is very important. Another thing we do is I sit on the Global Advisory Board of International Science Council, which is the world's largest scientific body with a membership of 230 national and international academy of science. So we're looking at what kind of frontier technology can feed into existing network of UN in terms of standardization, support, sustainability, inclusion, accessibility, etc. So we combine that together to ensure, in the end, innovation is really for public good. So I want to conclude my speech by congratulating every single one of you who are here today, because I think the EDIC is really laying a solid foundation for every single one of us to play an active role in a very more harmonious and also participatory future for cities worldwide. So I want to conclude my speech by quoting Steve Jobs. He said, "We are here to put a dent in the universe." And I will say, we here to put a dent in the CitiVERSE to make all of our people happy. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Cristina. Now we have Carlos Morán Tejeda. He is Territory Manager at ESRI Spain. He's going to talk about digital twins. I think he's going to explain an example of the digital twin. They are collaborating with Valencia. Perfect. I will ask you to keep in mind the time of your presentations between 5–8 minutes, because we have a lot of presentations today to do them in just 1 hour. So keep this in mind when you talk, please. You ready?
Well,
Thank you. The floor is yours, Carlos. ¿Qué tal?
Le voy dando y ya voy viendo. Hi, everybody. Thank you very much to the City Council of Valencia to invite me for this presentation. As I'm seeing a lot of familiar faces, and I think I'm going to change to Spanish. If any English speaker has any question after the presentation, you can come to me and I can answer you happily. Pero bueno, como veo que casi toda la audiencia es conocida y española, creo que va a ser mejor que lo explique en español, ¿vale? Voy a pasar un vídeo de un hub que hemos estado haciendo durante este tiempo de la ciudad de Valencia. Lo voy a ir parando para, bueno, como podéis ver, el hub está en valenciano, perdón, es multilenguaje. Aquí, como la presentación en principio iba a ser para gente inglesa o de habla inglesa, lo habíamos cambiado al inglés, pero bueno, aquí lo dejamos. Es un hub que se ha recreado sobre la ciudad de Valencia con un gemelo digital LO2, que llamamos nosotros, que es el nivel de detalle. Uy, esto va muy rápido. El nivel de detalle es el LO2, que está basado en la huella de catastro y en un LIDAR, ¿vale? Aquí, en este primer cuadro de mando, se ha hecho una representación de todas las cámaras, no sé por qué no se ve bien, de la ciudad. ¿Puede ser por la conexión a Internet? Es que no está con la resolución. Ahora, bueno, vale. Hay una conexión a todas las cámaras de la ciudad a tiempo real. Bueno, de cuando se grabó el vídeo. Si queréis, ahora intentamos pinchar directamente al hub a ver si Internet nos deja hacerlo bien. Después se hizo un segundo cuadro de mando basado en ArcGIS Notebooks, que a través de notebooks de Júpiter se está leyendo a tiempo real las cámaras de la Dirección General de Tráfico que están en los alrededores de Valencia para hacer un conteo mediante inteligencia artificial de todos los vehículos que están pasando en ese vídeo. Sigo poniendo el vídeo. Aquí se ve, bueno, cuál es el notebook, la librería que se utilizó, toda la parte más técnica. Y se realizó un cuadro de mando con las cámaras de la Dirección General de Tráfico que afectan a toda el área metropolitana de Valencia y que nos está dando pues, un conteo. Bueno, en este caso está contando camiones y coches, pero solo está mostrando el número de coches que había, por lo que sea. Se decidió que solo hubiera coches, que no contase también los camiones. Eso con cada una de las cámaras que hay. Esto entonces nos da una visión a tiempo real de lo que está ocurriendo. También se hizo otro cuadro de mando de la ciudad de Valencia, también con este LO2, de todas las plazas libres u ocupadas, según se mire, de los parkings de Valencia a tiempo real. Todos estos datos se están consumiendo directamente del portal de datos abiertos del Ayuntamiento de Valencia. ¿Perdón? Vale, que me levante esto que no se oye. Bueno, vale. Vale. A tiempo real de los aparcamientos tanto de bicicletas como de coches. Y por otro lado se hizo una serie de cuadros de mando relacionados con el medio ambiente, como son los de calidad del aire, también lo mismo, tirando de datos a tiempo real del portal de datos abiertos del Ayuntamiento de Valencia, en el que nos está dando datos a tiempo real pues, de diferentes emisiones, partículas por millón, CO2, y se puede ir pinchando en cada una de las estaciones y viendo a tiempo real cuál es el valor de cada una de esas estaciones. También se ha realizado otro cuadro de mando con todos los árboles que hay en la ciudad de Valencia. Cuando pase, bueno, este es el de, no sé por qué no ha salido el de los árboles, porque iba antes que el de ruido, pero bueno, este es un mapa de ruido que se ha hecho también de la ciudad de Valencia a tiempo real. Como veis, se está poniendo lo que ha pasado por el día, por la tarde y por la noche, con el nivel de ruido que está ocurriendo. Ahora voy a pinchar directamente en el hub. Como veis, bueno, ahora esto ya lo estoy manejando yo directamente. Se puede cambiar a multidioma. Aquí va a ir pasando los mismos cuadros de mando que os había enseñado un poquito. Vamos a, si queréis pasarnos, está a tiempo real con los datos del portal de datos abiertos del Ayuntamiento de Valencia. Estas son todas las cámaras que hay ahora mismo en Valencia, activas. Si pincho en cualquiera, me va a dar la información a tiempo real de lo que está pasando en la ciudad, ahora mismo. Bueno, como veis, la representación es este LO2, que es el modelo digital de elevaciones de huella de catastro y LIDAR. El siguiente paso sería, con foto oblicua, poderle dar textura hiperrealista a todo el mallado. Bueno, aquí se ve el tránsito a tiempo real, ahora es fluido, la intensidad media diaria. Aquí está lo de la identificación automática de vehículos. Esto, como ya lo hemos visto en el vídeo, lo voy a pasar rápido y me voy a ir. Estos son los aparcamientos disponibles. Bueno, algo que se podría hacer aquí también es conectarlo a un navegador para, según se pincha aquí, decir, quiero ir a este parking que está libre y no quiero ir a este, pues porque ahora mismo no tenemos o bien información o está todo ocupado. Este es el grado de ocupación de los parques, las plazas libres, los aparcamientos disponibles. Lo mismo con las bicicletas. Como veis, se puede ir navegando por el territorio de medio ambiente, nivel de contaminación. Vale. Y por último, os quería enseñar una simulación que se hizo en una cuenca de precipitaciones para que veáis la importancia que puede tener la simulación de precipitaciones para poder tomar mejores decisiones en el territorio. Ahí se están metiendo los parámetros de entrada de la precipitación. Como veréis, se irán rellenando los cauces de cabecera según va precipitando. Se van viendo los picos de precipitación, cómo los cauces van cogiendo volumen de agua. Cómo al final se hace una estimación a nivel de cuenca y cómo se van llenando pues, el río principal con los diferentes afluentes para tener una estimación del volumen de agua que puede llegar a un determinado punto a partir de precipitaciones en diferentes lugares. Esta simulación se hizo para Segovia, ¿vale? Dio un grado de confianza del 95% en la simulación, y eso que el modelo, se utilizó un modelo americano de escorrentías. Si se depura el modelo y se hace con un modelo de escorrentías y precipitaciones para cuencas mediterráneas en España, probablemente se puede llegar a un nivel de confianza muchísimo más alto. Bueno, ellos allí lo utilizaron para poner remedio a las inundaciones que sufren cada año en diferentes partes de la ciudad, sobre todo que afectan a la Casa de Moneda y Timbre. Tienen allí un museo estupendo y todos los años se les inunda y pierden pierden muchas cosas. Entonces pusieron barreras para poder evitar todo esto a partir de la simulación que se hizo. A esto es a lo que tiene que llegar un gemelo digital, a poder hacer simulaciones de cualquier ámbito para poder tomar mejores decisiones sobre el territorio. Muchas gracias.
Thank you, Carlos. Gracias, Carlos. I don't know if continue introducing the next one in English or in Spanish. I don't know, because all the faces I'm seeing are known. So, dime. In streaming, yes, we will continue in English. Now we have Javier Bono. He is Chief Project Architect and Director of Innovation at Arquea. He's going to talk about the digital twin that Arquea has defined for Valencia in collaboration with the City Council. The floor is yours, Javier.
Thank you so much. Just, what do you prefer, in Spanish or in English? Gemma?
I'm going to ask how many people we have in streaming connected. Anyway, if you can continue in English, because...
So, in English, I'm Javier Bono, I'm from Arquea. Thank you to the organization, the local authorities for inviting us to this session. I want to present you InPlan, which is a tool we are currently developing for data-driven urban planning. It means to use data for taking urban decisions as master planners or as politicians. This tool is developed by Arquea, which is an architecture and urbanism studio from here, from Valencia. Also the Polytechnic University of Valencia. And Carpe, which is a studio which works with civic engagement. Those three teams, we were enrolled in a project which was called Plan Zero, which is a project which aim was to develop a master plan for achieving the climate neutrality in one district of Valencia, which name is Benicalap. For this project, we, as master planners, we thought that the real innovation was to change the process for achieving the results of the project, not just for proposing new actions for the district. So, by this reason, we integrate in the project of design smart city data, regulated KPIs for evaluating the city behavior, geographic information system tools and data, and also Grasshopper, which is a software of computational design focused on developed for designers and tools for simulation and optimization as Galapagos, WLSA, or Lunchbox machine learning tool. Our process, our methodology was we got the data which is currently existing in the Smart City platform and other databases. We transform this data and we transform this data to indicators which could be mapped in a high resolution, helping the master planners and also the politicians to taking decisions related to different impact scenarios or different impact areas. With this diagnosis done with those indicators, we propose some actions, also working with the policymakers, and we just not propose these actions and finally did this master plan. We simulated and optimized the impact of these measures in the indicators we calculated before in the phase of evaluation. After all, after this simulation and these optimizations, we finally got the master plan which we present to the City Council for achieving the climate neutrality of the city of Benicalap. The data was gotten from public entities, university and academia, and private entities. As you know, the data by itself, it doesn't help us to make a proper analysis, a proper evaluation of how it's working in the city. That's the reason we implemented a methodology of more than 60 KPIs, which works with mobility and transport, energy, water and waste, economy and industry, society and governance, renaturation and biodiversity, housing and buildings, and urban planning and habitat. We use these computational design tools for processing the GIS data and transform it in those heat maps, which could be analyzed through the principal software, which was Rhinoceros, but also with Carto, which is an online platform for visualizing GIS data. Working in this environment allows us to to work not just with the GIS data, but work also with other simulation tools. For example, I will show you some maps for outdoor thermal comfort, which were simulated with the same tool, or for example, solar insulation, so on. So at the end, for this project, we got more than 60 KPIs and their own maps, as you can see, with a high resolution. We are working in a resolution of each building and also with a resolution of 10 meters per edge. So it allowed us to take really precise decisions applied to the district. As innovation, we could propose actions for each indicators and simulate the effect of these actions with the final results of its own indicator and other ones. So just not to waste so many time, we modify the data with the actions which we propose for having different simulation scenarios. And we also optimize the results of these scenarios. Being capable of simulate one scenario and working with evolutive algorithms or machine learning tools allows us to simulate thousands of scenarios, achieving which is the option which spends less money and has the best impact on the city and the indicators we are evaluating. And also, we also used this tool which allows us to have a real-time simulation of the decisions we are taking, we are planning with a software which is prepared for design, for urban design. So at the end, as you can see in these graphs, we have in one hand the indicators before implementing the actions and before optimizing it, and the indicators after optimizing it. So at the end, the result of this project was a common master plan. The difference, if you see the results, is not well, maybe it's innovative because it was oriented to achieve the climate neutrality, but if you compare to any other master plan, it's difficult to see the difference in the results. But in the project is where you see the innovation. So nowadays, what we are doing, we are elevating this technology to a technology readiness level 9. So what we need or what we are doing for achieving this technology readiness level, we are expanding the scope of the analysis to the entire city of Valencia. We are adapting to different file formats and databases for having the possibility of escalate the project to another cities and another European cities. And also, and what is more important for us, is the application of the methodology in a real-world case study. For this aim, we have the opportunity of having here in the city of Valencia the urban sandbox, which allows us to test in real scenarios our methodology, to test our methodologies in the developing of a real master plan here in the city of Valencia. After all, we are creating new alliance for transform this tool in a digital twin for urban planning, focused on urban planning, having in real time connected, as Carlos showed before, connected to the smart city databases, to having the possibility of have this analysis based on indicators in real time, and also check simulation scenarios and also optimize the decisions that the city is going to take. So I were going to show a video, but I think Gemma will thank if I just finish the presentation. So thank you so much.
You can. Javier, you can put the video if you want.
El video?
Yes.
Ah, okay. I think he has disconnected the link. Well, it was just... So we are having technical problems, so I think it's easier to... I will share with you all this video. So it's just showing the process I was talking about. We have more than 60 different indicators related with them, linked to the Valencia Data Smart City platform. We use this tool to calculate the process, to calculate each indicator. We share it on in Carto, which is a digital platform for interact with the results. It's a 2D and 3D platform. Also, it helps to calculate the impact of decisions on real time, and also optimize it using, this one is Galapagos, this one evolutive solver. So we are working for creating, at the end, a urban planning digital twin, to having all this process in real time and cloud computed and link it to the city databases. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Javier. Now we have Jaime Guixeres. He's Innovation Manager at Laboratory of Immersive Neurotechnologies, Lab Leni. This lab is part of the Technological Institute Human Tech of the Polytechnical University of Valencia. He's going to talk about the next frontier in the CitiVERSE, extended realities and artificial intelligence-powered conversational agents that will transform the CitiVERSE concept.
Okay. Can you hear me? Yes. Thank you very much. Good morning. Thank you very much for inviting me to this amazing new initiative. I think that we are going to make great things, combining all the expertise that we have in Valencia with all the cities. And for me, the most important thing of this initiative is to, at the end, to have a real impact on citizens. I mean that we have to talk very much about research, innovation, but the most important thing is that these things has to be brought to the real citizens for real experiences, real purposes. So let me first introduce our lab. We are at the Polytechnic University of Valencia. By the way, you are invited to visit us. We have one of the best labs in Europe in terms of analyze and evaluate how new technologies, especially extended reality, when we talk about extended reality, we talk about virtual reality, augmented reality, mixed reality, how can enhance human cognition, how can enhance human experiences. This is our main motive from the 1992 in several fields, education, retail, tourism, also in CitiVERSE right now. So our director that couldn't assist today because it's a final review meeting in an European project today. But let me talk about Professor Alcañiz. Mariana Cañiz was one of the first researchers in Europe that started, I think 30 years ago, to combine extended varieties with psychology. It's what we call cyber psychology. They started to work in phobias, for treating phobias, using virtual reality, by example, and this was a great impact. And after this, he created the lab. He's one of the most cited scientists in terms of virtual reality in the world, in terms of publications, and also it's very interesting, this point that is that right now is the representative from Spain in the Virtual World Partnership. So I think it's going to be very important for also this initiative to take, make bridges with this Virtual World Partnership, and Mariano can help with this, I think, very much. Regarding our expertise, we are focused on these 4 dimensions. We have people that has experience in our lab in terms of neuroscience because we need to understand the human cognition. Then, of course, we have many people that has worked many years in how to combine extended varieties with psychology in several fields. Right now, we are working very hard in digital humans. I'm going to show you some ideas for the CitiVERSE. And of course, we have a lot of experience in my case, my PhD was centered in herd variability. We have many experience in how to measure human behavior. And in CitiVERSE, it's going to be very important how we are going to be able to measure citizens in real time. And to measure this behavior, there are many technologies that are going to help us to make this for the future. So related the innovations that from our perspective, we think that could be related to the CitiVERSE in terms of XR, AI, human behavior tracking. The first one is what we call empathetic conversational agents. Imagine new cities where we are going to be connected with agents that are going to personalize the experience or the services that this city is offering to us. This agent need to have the ability to understand my needs, understand my beliefs, understand who we are, and of course they have the ability to connect with the city, to know in real time which are the services or the contents that the city is offering right now. This is what we call empathetic conversational agents. Okay? Also, there's going to be a good research lines in terms of how we are going to employ these XR solutions. Taking into account, I don't know if you know the Meta Ray-Ban glasses, by example. In the next year, we are going to have new channels of mixed reality that we are going to live with them in real conditions in the cities. So the idea is how we are going to make these solutions accessible, usable. We have to research about this in terms of tourism, education, mental health, etc., etc. It's going to be very important to research about this. The third point is behavioral biomarkers, is what we have told before, is how we can measure human behavior in an ecological way. I mean, maybe analyzing your voice, your gestures, your movement inside the city. We can extract patterns of behavior of the people. This is going to be very important. And the other one, you have talked about this, and I'm going to show you a brief sample at the end of my presentation, is digital twins for making simulations. Then, right now, for the next year, we are working in 2 use cases that we want to test and validate for Valencia. Of course, we will be delighted to test these solutions in another countries of the EDIC, CitiVERSE. 2 ideas. The first idea is to generate this kind of empathetic agents for tourism. The idea is if I bring glasses with me and I connect with an agent that knows perfectly the services of the city, that knows perfectly about me, we can make some personalized virtual tours for the citizens, for the tourists inside the city. This is the idea. We want to make some tests in Valencia. Also, we are talking with another cities in La Comunidad Valenciana, but of course we are open to talk with other countries, other cities to make tests for the next year. And the other use case that we want to work next year is citizen participation. I'm going to show you a demo of this. We were talking with Javier Orozco about this and Ernesto Fabel several months ago. And the idea is maybe we can create perfect agents for assess the opinion of the citizens about their cities. This is the idea, to generate agents that are going to work 24/7 for us assessing which is your opinion about your city. What things do you change about your city, by example? This is mainly the idea. So regarding this second use case, I think that in Valencia we have suffered a terrible, terrible disaster. And I think that more than anyone, it's the moment to give the voice to the citizens, to give the voice to the people, to ask to the people how you can think that must be the next living spaces for Valencia. I think it's very important that we learn from this, and we think that this kind of solutions could help us to collect the information from the citizens. So let's see the demo. The demo you are going to see, because we have also working in several projects in neuroarchitecture. So we present, it's a real demo, we present with immersive glasses several urban spaces, in that case comparing more green zones versus no green zones, in order to give the feedback from the user. And you are going to see how the digital assistant is managing all the conversation. It's a natural conversation. The good point is with this assistance we can make natural conversations, we can adapt the conversation to the people. It's not the same to talk with Italian people, maybe to Spanish, to German people, to elderly people, young people. So the good idea is that we can adapt the conversation, the narrative. They are going to bring us all the information, because after this we analyze all the voice from the responses, we extract the relevant information, and we give the feedback in the cloud to the user, to the clients. This is, you can see, you can hide the volume, please.
Hello! In this session, we'll explore 2 urban design proposals in a virtual environment. Here's the first design. Take your time to explore it. How would you rate your feeling of safety in this environment? Please use a scale from 1 to 5, where 1 means very unsafe and 5 means very safe.
4.
What elements of the design made you feel more comfortable?
Integration with green areas.
Now, let's move on to the next design. This one offers a different perspective of the urban space. Please explore it at your own pace. How do you feel about safety in this environment compared to the first design?
5.
What do you prefer about this design compared to the previous one? Is it the integration with green spaces, or perhaps the balance of light and size that stands out to you?
Integration with green areas.
The enhanced visibility and thoughtful placement of lights contribute to a greater sense of security.
This is a short video to explain you the idea, but imagine the powerful of this, because we can employ this assistant to ask about everything in the cities. Sustainability, mobility, security, emergencies, mental health, what we want. They are multilingual, they work on the cloud, so we can refine, you are going to talk about this, we can adapt the conversation regarding the population that we are going to ask, and at the end we analyze all these voices from the users. We can extract the semantic responses, but we also could extract the mood state of the people, if they are confident with the responses, because there's many algorithms right now to making this, okay? So I think this is a great idea. The idea is to start to test it the next year with Valencia, and of course, again, open to other cities to test this kind of solution. And the last thing that for us is mind-blowing, this is very, very actual. You can see the technical report about this. If you look for this title in internet. This was a award presented for Altera AI. It's a company that comes from MIT. Was presented in October. So the idea is, imagine that we have a digital twin and we have the ability to generate an AI civilization, where we can give to every AI agent a different human role, a different human personality, in order to analyze and study how people interact in social complex interaction. So this is the idea. In that case, they employ Minecraft, and they generated thousands and thousands of virtual humans. They give to each one a role. This is your personality, this is your role, this is your objective, and they let them to play freely. And the good point is that it was incredible, the reactions. They generated societies, different connections, So imagine the possibility connecting this, by example, with the tool, Patricia, we can talk about this, in order to predict or optimize emerging situations, because we can generate roles, different roles, we can put them and let them interact with them and analyze this and make research. And we can optimize. We think that there could be many applications for this, governance, emergency, tourism. I think it's incredible. It's in a starting point. But for us, it's mind-blowing. We are going to put many effort on this. We think it's very interesting if we can connect this with the CitiVERSE in order to predict, optimize, and simulate. And that was the last idea that I want to cross with you. To finalize, in which sectors we think that XR, AI, new technologies can enhance CitiVERSE? Citizen participation, tourism, also in disaster, also in terms of learning. We have many experiences in education, learning. We think CitiVERSE learning can collaborate very well. Also in healthcare. Last day I was explaining a tool for mental health in another conference. So that's all from my side. I hope that this initiative could help us to work together, to make some collaboration together. For us, it will be a pleasure to work with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jaime. Very interesting. Now we have Patricia Tamarit and Antonio Jara. They are going to talk about the local digital twin toolbox we are developing in the framework of EDIC. Patricia is the local digital twin toolbox director and innovation manager at NUNSIS. Please, Patricia, I thought that you were going to talk together. Okay.
But do you want to come now with me? He's very tall. I'm very short. I need a step here. Okay. Okay, thank you very much. If the presentation could start. Okay, thank you. So I've been explaining a bit later what is this project. And I'm gonna make some remarks on the important parts of the project because of everyone in Europe is speaking about the interoperability, which is the base ground that we need to share information between cities. Right now, in Spain, we are some calls regarding the data spaces, and in the whole Europe, everyone is working to find this interoperability between the data to enable collaborations. But this is not the only main point, because if we are speaking of simulations, we are speaking of software. And software can be really different from one developer to the other one. And when we are creating simulators or twins, the architecture, the components, and can be really different. And also we have the challenge to find the interoperability in this level of software. So the toolbox has as the background is the interoperability in the data, but also we are trying to find the interoperability in the software. So this is a kind of framework that we are going to develop for Europe in open source to be able to enable this possibility. And collaborate, creating software useful for the cities and not creating silos every city by city with the software also. And that's the main idea. So the point is, of course, we are visualizing and monitoring data, and the idea is to combine also the simulations, but the objective is to be interoperable in all the layers, having an open source tool to use for everyone and improve with the help of many developers that will contribute to that. This is an asset that EDIC will keep and improve. And the user centricity is very important, not only for the developers, also for the citizens' point of view, it's also integrated. So the main challenges that we are perceiving the insights from the cities are mobility planning, energy optimization, urban health, urban planning, sustainability in the huge sense of this concept. And the cities will use the toolbox to perform simulators that will give us answers to the challenges that we have. The toolbox is not gonna, at the beginning, it's not gonna create any of those simulators. The cities will do it. It's important the cities join us to create these simulations in the way to create scalability and not silos also with software. And this is the 10 tools that we are developing. And also 2 sites, the website explaining the toolbox. In the marketplace, it's a very important part of this project because what we expect to have there is samples, use cases, algorithms, models that everyone could reuse to make possible the simulators and adapt them to every city. And at the end of June, we will have the 10 tools developed. A very important asset in this project is the European building dataset that will have all the buildings in Europe in base and height, and that will be accessible for all the cities to have this information and create their own information to start to connect the software with a 3D representation. And we will have the low emission zones. Antonio will explain a sample right now. And different models that will be also samples to start to collaborate all together. And Antonio, it's your turn. Thank you.
So thank you so much. So just to present you some of the real cases, so just to give some key remarks to what Patricia was introduced, the official release of the toolbox is June 2026, but don't get desperate. Today, we are already working in the toolbox. What does it mean? Is that today, as cities, you can start joining already people from example here present like Nacho and Genoveva from Serendipity in the customer's discovery phase. That is one point. Second point, we are already working also aligning with different institutions, cities that want to be part of it. And next year will be the open call for the network of local digital twin with 20 million euros European funding for creating the networks. And of course, as part of this program, we will support and have early adopters. At the same time, we will select 6 cities as part of EDIC community to also be early adopters. And at the example I will show you right now, the low emission zones is a real case that we have already initial MVP of this use case that have been successfully deployed in several cities. That is one of the learning experience, one of the experience we know that digital twins are bringing a lot of value, and we are of course extending to other use cases. For example, other use cases today in place is reconstruction costs that we have been applying in Ukraine, and also we are discussing now for potential use cases in the Dana. We are also applying energy efficiency algorithms. So it's a lot of work in place. It's not like June 2026, it is not for now, I need to focus. It's a lot of work today in 2024, and a lot of opportunity that you should engage in 2025. And one example to give you the inspiration about how does it work is exactly what can you expect from the toolbox. As presented by Patricia, we have different stages and different phases. This is not limited, and this is being extended as part of the EDIC to other technologies that are beyond this, especially for technologies related to all the areas of CitiVERSE, visualization, geospatial. So the current focus will be, and of course will be much more extension in the area of data spaces. So this is like the core, very oriented and focused on the analytics and the simulation scenarios and the
connection to the existing data, but will be beyond. So the first part, just to give you a very clear example, is that as you see, you have all the, from your city to your improved city, where you have from gather your data with a typical data platform, the data to knowledge, where you have the typical AI notebook. The simulated scenario is the typical no-code platform that you can define different situations and scenarios. And finally, you can visualize all the impact in dashboards, in maps, or even in much more immersive experience. And finally, because you need to communicate to the citizens about the action you are doing, and you need to also monitor all the part. So in the particular case of low emission zones, this is one I love a lot because this is real. This is not theoretical. This is practical. All these models, technologies are already in place and are real scenarios, and that is the reason we started with this use case. We have a low emission zone. We aim to create a low emission zone. Just as a small remark, for example, in our experience, the city of Cartagena is the first city that has a fully AI-based low emission zone approved, and thanks to this design, they managed to get another 11 million euros in public funding to create a new peripheral garden and rural area. So it's a very nice say because the city mayor was re-elected. They got extra funding to get a peripheral garden region, and of course the low emission zone grants and policies are in place and are well executed. So it's a very nice example where AI data can place in favor of the city policies and not opposite. Totally different image if you go to the Blade Runner in London destroying traffic lights and cameras with the ultra low emission zone. So here, what is doing the ToolVerse for you? We offer you models, data. You can collect a lot of data from satellite, existing historical data, especially in areas as air quality, traffic. In case you don't have some real-time data, we integrate some models to generate. We have open source model like Sumo, a commercial model like PTV, or any other solution that you can find in the market in order to have the capacity to simulate and to collect all the existing data. With this data collection, then, as I mentioned, you can monitor the traffic, you can monitor the weather, you can monitor the pollution propagation, have the heat mapping, the noise pollution, because it's also very connected. You can even connect it to other use cases like electrical vehicle chargers, bike lanes, etc., that could be also connected to you. And then you have the what-if scenario. What happens if I reduce the parking period to only 3 hours? What happens if I close this street? What happens if what? And these kind of models is what are very relevant. Here, the key point of network of digital twin is the key value. Because if I have successful experience in Cartagena, another can be in Valencia, another can be in Santander. So suddenly, this experience can be shared with Helsinki, with Riga, with other cities here present, and learning all together is the real value for digital twin, how we can really exchange and understand how from one city to another this scenario. Of course, the visualization is based on business intelligence, having the opportunity to put on maps, as presented before by Esri, geographical information cities, and also the CitiVERSE. And of course, I need to comment and I need to make sure that to avoid all the policy issues, I need to support in all the decision making. So that is a very real use case. You can contact us. We have a very beautiful infography and very nice explanation. We can even give you access to demos, an example of how does it really work. And please contact Patricia and myself, and even now we can exchange contact, but we will be really happy to show you this reality. And any feedback you can provide to Patricia and myself is very welcome. And also try to catch the people from Serendipity here, because they will be also very happy to engage you in the program of customer discovery that will help you starting to do a maturity assessment. And after the maturity assessment, you can start engaging with all the activities from the European Commission. Thank you.
Thank you, Antonio and Patricia. Now, last but not least, we have Cristina Huetti. She's counselor on smart cities and virtual boards at International Telecommunication Union. She was not able to come, but she has sent us a video just to inform us about the initiative virtual boards that they are at International Telecommunication Unions are taking. The video is coming.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very pleased to share with you how information.
Just wait, we have like technical problems. We're going to solve this right now. Now.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very pleased to share with you how information on how we can really contribute to transform the future of our cities. Let us imagine a cities where reality can be redefined, where possibilities are infinite, and where there are unlimited connections. This is what we will all experience as the CitiVERSE. And well, the CitiVERSE is not something so futuristic as one may think, but is something that actually it is already being explored. So it's really a new uncharted territory, which is being explored globally in different cities, including the wonderful cities of Valencia. I know that today is a big day with the launch of EDIC, and as ITU, we are delighted to be part of this launch, contributing, to really shaping the CitiVERSE. It is expected that over 700 cities will have some sort of infrastructure that will be based on metaverse by 2030. And already there are some countries like Japan or cities like Dubai that are really focusing on using emerging technologies, including metaverse, not only as one of the technologies that can improve services, but as a key technologies that can boost the economy. The International Telecommunication Union, ITU, is the UN specialized agency for ICTs, which comprises 194 member states and over 1,000 members, including the private sectors, university, research institutes, and more. And our objective is really to serve countries and cities and help them to overcome the challenges that are posed by the CitiVERSE. Challenges include, for example, accessibility. It includes, establishing proper legal framework, setting in place the right policies, ensuring safety and security, ensuring privacy, as well as sustainability and interoperability. And our membership has indeed placed a lot of attention specifically on metaverse as one of the key futuristic technologies that can shape the future urban development. Indeed, actually, Resolution 105 is the first UN resolution on standardization of metaverse, and has specifically tasked the ITU to work actually to help ensure that the different components of ICTs in the metaverse will be able to be integrated in a seamless manner. The work of the ITU did not start just a few months ago. Actually, it started about a year and a half ago when the focus group on metaverse was launched. The first meeting took place in March 2023, and since then the focus group actually developed over 50 deliverables covering different aspects, including, for example, tourism in the metaverse, how CitiVERSE can be people-centric, accessibility, and for example, industrial metaverse. The work that the ITU did was not only a work done by the ITU experts, but it was really in close collaboration with many organizations. Indeed, actually, there were over 500 experts that contributed to shape this deliverable, and the work concluded actually in June 24. June 24 was really a great month because indeed it was the conclusion of the focus group, but also the launch of the first edition of the UN Virtual Worlds Day, which was organized together with other 18 UN entities. And the UN Virtual Worlds Day will be held in 2025 on the 8th and 9th of April. So I'd like to take an opportunity to invite all of you to join us for this important event. And this event also will be an opportunity to present the results of a new UN initiative on global virtual worlds, discovering the CitiVERSE. This new initiative has been launched together by ITU, Digital Dubai, and UNICC. And it really envisaged to have 3 pillars that will be able, through the different tracks, to allow works and especially the development of reports, guidelines, but also the establishment of a sandbox, which will allow cities to test different solutions in a safe space. I'm very pleased to say that we have already established a very close collaboration with EDIC. So through Ernesto, who is the chair of EDIC, as well as the chair of the Pillar 2. So we will work together, building synergies and leveraging on the different efforts. We do believe that together we will be able actually to develop a CitiVERSE that will be people-centric and that will foster innovation. Thank you very much, and I hope that you have a successful meeting. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, every one of you, for coming here to Valencia, for coming to La Harinera to celebrate this event, this first General Assembly of EDIC. Now we have a time for lunch. We have ordered a lunch at Vélez Events. It's a building next to here, about 20-25 minutes by walking. You can have a nice walk from here to there. The ones who wouldn't like to walk or couldn't, we have ordered some taxis that will be waiting for you in the door. So have a very nice networking event, and thank you very much.